An ex-convict and his son search everywhere for work. At a company they discover the female boss is actually his ex-wife, who abandoned him 7 years ago. The woman's eyes freeze when she glimpses the boy. She instinctively assumes this is a child from her ex-husband's new marriage. Before she can even ask, her fiancé suddenly walks into the office with flowers. Seeing this, the man grips his son's hand and leaves without looking back. The woman stands frozen watching their departing figures. Complex emotions ripple through her heart. After work, the boy suddenly stops her, his thin frame trembling slightly from nervousness. He quietly reveals their desperate financial situation at home, begging her to give his father a job as a driver without his knowledge. The woman asks about the boy's mother, only to hear the child answer with clear eyes that he has no mother. She stares at the boy's young face and asks his name again. When the 3 words, Young Yun Wan, reach her ears, she stands paralyzed as if struck by lightning. This name was exactly what her ex-husband had chosen for their future son, using both their names. After asking his age with a trembling voice, the woman finally confirms the child before her is her own flesh and blood, who supposedly died 7 years ago. Memories flood back like a tidal wave. 7 years ago, the man was still a gang leader. His pregnant wife begged him tearfully to stay away from conflicts. Before she could finish, enemies broke in with knives. To protect his wife, who was about to give birth, he accidentally stabbed someone to death and was sentenced to 3 years. Her mother, wanting her daughter to remarry, lied about a 30-year sentence and claimed the baby had miscarried, tricked her into signing divorce papers, then abandoned the baby boy at a welfare center. After his release, the man turned down invitations from his former gang members. With great difficulty, he found his son at the South City orphanage. For 5 years, father and son scraped by delivering takeout. He lost his job due to frequent tardiness and complaints, then faced rejection during job searches because of his criminal record, until he reunited with his ex-wife at this company. Learning the truth, the woman caught up with the man to explain, but was coldly rejected. The signature on their divorce papers had been like a thorn, embedded in his heart for 7 full years. The next day, the woman found her ex-husband, revealed she had lost her ability to have children due to severe postpartum hemorrhage, proposed taking their son abroad, and offered $1 million in compensation. The man shook his head with reddened eyes. He could endure poverty, but refused to trade his son's life for money. He finally agreed to let the child stay with his mother for 1 day. The boy laughed with special joy at the amusement park. Another cruel blow of fate followed. After 3 months of unpaid rent, the landlord brought people who beat the man until he was covered in bruises. To keep their shelter, he knelt on the ground begging for 1 more day. The boy returned home to see the mess. Instantly understanding what had happened, the man looked at his son's dirty sneakers, suddenly remembering the woman's words about giving him a better life. Fighting back his heartache, he suggested letting the child go abroad with his mother. But the boy smashed those expensive gifts on the floor, crying out, "I only want my dad." At that moment, the man felt like his heart was being cut with a knife. To make his son give up, he gritted his teeth, hurling insults as he pushed the child out the door. Watching the swing backpack disappear, he finally collapsed to the ground sobbing. When the woman called to inform him the child was safe, he heard his son's heartbreaking cries through the phone, yet could only speak cruel lies with a trembling voice. It was soon the day of departure. For abroad, the boy seemed to feel his father's longing taking advantage of when his mom wasn't